Hi guys, welcome to our video. Today we're going to be talking about organ donation, specifically the kidney.
The kidney is part of the excretory system.
You will learn about the causes and symptoms of kidney failure, as well as kidney transplants and dialysis.
We will also explain the relevance of kidney donation, how it works, and the requirements in order to be a successful kidney donor match.
The kidney is part of the excretory system, or better known as the urinary system of the body. This system is used to discharge waste that is created while maintaining homeostasis. This system includes the kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder, and urethra.
The kidneys are important to this system because they filter our blood to create urine to remove all waste products. The urine is then moved down to the bladder to be expelled from the body. The kidneys also help with maintaining blood pressure and the production of red blood cells. Without this in the body system, your balance would not be maintained.
Here you can see a diagram of the urinary system. You have the two kidneys, the ureter, the bladder, and the urethra.
Kidney failure can also be called end-stage renal disease, and kidney failure is when your kidneys stop working completely and you can't live without a kidney transplant or dialysis.
Acute kidney failure is when your kidneys stop working very quickly within about 2 days. Causes for this include heart attack, illegal drug use, not enough blood to the kidneys, and urinary tract problems.
Kidney failure can also be caused by physical damages or diseases, and the most common reason for kidney failure is diabetes and high blood pressure.
In order to avoid high blood pressure and avoid or manage the occurrence of diabetes, there are lifestyle choices one can follow. These include following a healthy diet, avoiding smoking, limiting alcohol intake, exercising daily, and following advice by your doctor, including taking prescribed medication.
So, some of the symptoms of kidney failure are itching, muscle cramps, nausea and vomiting, not feeling hungry, swelling in feet and ankles, not enough or too much urine, trouble breathing, and trouble sleeping.
As you can see, kidney failure happens in stages. In stages 1 through 3, the decline is slow and not very specific. In stage 4, treatment will be needed soon, and then finally in stage 5, the kidney could no longer work on its own. This is when dialysis is going to need to be continued.
So the treatment for kidney failure mainly includes kidney transplant and dialysis. Dialysis is a process in which it removes waste, salt, extra water from your body, helps control your blood pressure, and keeps chemicals at a safe level in your body. And then the kidney transplants include transplanting one kidney from the match to the living donor. And opposed to dialysis, a kidney transplant has been shown to increase lifespan.
There are two types of donations when it comes to kidney donations. There's donations from living donors and deceased donors. When it comes to a living donor, the donor has to have a full medical exam. He has to be at least 18 years old. He has to be in good physical and mental shape. His BMI should be less than 35. Shouldn't suffer from high blood pressure, diabetes, or hepatitis. They're usually family members. It depends on the transplant center, and a kidney can usually function from 12 to 20 years.
There's also non-living donors. The non-living donor must be a registered organ donor before their time of death. This type of donation occurs only when brain damage occurs to the point of a lack of brain activity. Organs need to be in good working health, and the kidney can function from 8 to 12 years.
Well, basically what happens with these living donor transplants is the donor and the recipient go into the operating room at the same time. And once the recipient team decides we're good to go, we can implant this kidney, the donor surgeon will then basically remove the donor kidney by putting a couple of staples across the artery and the vein, taking it out of the body, and then at that point it's passed off to the recipient team. And what they do is they basically flush the kidney with a physiological solution to help preserve it, put it on ice, walk it next door, and then sew it in. And that's really the big advantage, is that there's no cold time. You don't have to take the kidney, remove it, put it on ice, stick it in a box, transport it on an airline. All those things add cold time to it, which can prevent the kidney from working right away. The living donor kidney, basically within 20 minutes of removing the kidney, you're sewing it in. And because of that, almost 100% of these kidneys are working within 24 hours.
Kidney failure affects 31 million people in the United States alone. Currently, there are over 93,000 people on the kidney transplant waiting list. Donation of a kidney is the most commonly performed type of living organ donation. During a kidney donation, there is little risk to the donor because the remaining kidney enlarges to absorb the workload that both kidneys previously shared.
There are 17,000 donations per year and 100,000 people on the waiting list for a transplant. There is a 3 to 5 year average waiting time for a kidney from a deceased donor. The preservation time of a kidney is 24 to 36 hours. If the operation is done by a living donor in the same hospital, both the donor and the recipient will undergo surgery at the same time in order to make sure the transplant goes successfully.
For living donors, there can be 3 different types of donation. The first type is when you donate your kidney directly to someone you know, much like a family member. The second part is when you donate your kidney anonymously, when you never learn the name of the person you're donating to. And the final type is the paired kidney donation, where you and someone else will switch so that both of your family members are able to get the kidney they need.
There are 3 types of blood tests that potential donors must pass in order to be a successful match and reduce the risk of organ rejection. These tests assess for blood type, tissue type, and cross-matching. Blood type compatibility will determine if a donor is a suitable match for a recipient. There are 4 blood groups: type A, type B, type AB, and type O. The only universal donor that is compatible with all blood types is O. The next test involves antigens, which, as discussed previously, are genetic markers found on tissue. Human leukocyte antigens, also known as HLA, are proteins found on the surface of white blood cells and other tissues. These antigens are how the body distinguishes self versus foreign tissue, which is important for organ acceptance. Finally, a cross-match blood test is taken multiple times leading up to the surgery to test for the recipient's immune response.
This is a diagram which shows what blood types can donate to which other blood types.